Let me take you back to a day that changed history forever, August 21st, 1911. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in Paris, strolling past the Louvre Museum. The morning was peaceful, just another ordinary day. Or so I thought. Little did I know, one of the boldest heists in history was unfolding right inside those walls. At that time, the Louvre was already famous, filled with treasures from all over the world. And among those treasures hung a painting, a small portrait of a woman with a mysterious smile. Yes, the Mona Lisa. But let me tell you, she wasn't the global superstar she is today. People admired her, sure, but she wasn't a household name. Not yet. Inside the museum, things seemed normal. The workers were moving around, some cleaning, others adjusting displays. But one man blended into the crowd. His name was Vincenzo Peruggia, and he was dressed like one of the staff, wearing a simple white smock. He didn't stand out. Why would he? He'd worked at the Louvre before, and he knew the place well. Now, here's where it gets unbelievable. Vincenzo had spent the night hiding inside the museum. Yes, inside. He waited patiently until the early hours of the morning, when the halls were quiet. Then, he made his move. I can almost picture it, Vincenzo walking up to the Mona Lisa. The gallery was empty, just him and the painting. He lifted it off the wall, his hands steady, his heart pounding. No alarms, no cameras, nothing to stop him. He took the painting to a nearby staircase, removed it from its frame, wrapped it in his white smock, and walked out of the museum with it under his arm. He didn't run. He didn't sneak. He simply walked out. Can you imagine the nerve? The next day, chaos erupted. At first, no one even noticed the painting was gone. The guards thought it was being cleaned or photographed, which was common back then. But when someone finally checked the gallery, all they found was an empty space where the Mona Lisa had been. I heard the news from a street vendor selling papers. "The Mona Lisa is missing," he shouted. Crowds gathered around, trying to read the headlines. People were shocked. How could someone just walk out of the Louvre with a priceless masterpiece? The police were called, and they launched a massive investigation. They questioned everyone: museum staff, visitors, even famous artists like Pablo Picasso. But weeks turned into months, and there was no sign of the painting. It was as if the Mona Lisa had vanished into thin air. While the world searched for answers, Vincenzo was hiding the painting in a wooden trunk in his tiny apartment. For 2 years, he kept it there, hidden from the world. Why did he do it? Well, Vincenzo believed the Mona Lisa belonged in Italy. He thought he was a hero, taking back what he believed was stolen from his country. I can imagine him sitting in his small room, opening that trunk every now and then, looking at the painting. Did he feel proud? Nervous? Maybe both. It wasn't until 1913, 2 years after the theft, that the Mona Lisa finally resurfaced. Vincenzo traveled to Florence, Italy, and met with an art dealer named Alfredo Geri. He told Alfredo he had the Mona Lisa and wanted to return it to its rightful home. Alfredo must have been stunned. He asked to see the painting, and when Vincenzo unrolled it, Alfredo knew it was real. But instead of helping Vincenzo, Alfredo contacted the police. I remember hearing the news: the Mona Lisa has been found in Italy. Crowds gathered outside the Louvre, cheering as the painting was brought back to Paris. The museum staff hung it back on the wall, this time with better security. As for Vincenzo, he was arrested and put on trial. He claimed he wasn't a thief, just a patriot. Some Italians even supported him, calling him a hero. But the French courts didn't see it that way. He was sentenced to a little over a year in prison. After he served his time, Vincenzo faded into obscurity. But the Mona Lisa? Her fame skyrocketed. People from all over the world came to see the painting that had been stolen in plain sight. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more unsolved mysteries, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell.